Good evening, everyone. I'd like to thank God for this opportunity. HBO, main event, Rock Nation, my friend Jay-Z, Warren Diaz, Sadula, Mike. I'm really grateful, you know, I'm in a gratitude state of mind right now. I'm really grateful for everyone working so hard to make this fight happen. I witnessed the work and the sacrifices that was made on every side, and it's going to be worth it. To me, in my perspective, this fight is kind of simple to me. It's David versus Goliath type of fight. And this is Goliath, this is David. For all of you who don't know the story, read the story. So once again, we're thankful for this opportunity. As Mike said, you know, we've been on this journey, Andre, all his life, preparing for this moment. So it's here, and come the 19th of November. Don't miss it. Thank you.
Now to give you some insight into Andre's preparation and mentality heading into the fight is his legendary trainer, Mr. Virgil Hunter.
Thanks again for everybody showing up and turning out for this great event of this magnitude, this deserving of the fans and pay-per-view. I hope the press really puts it out there, supports the fight, hypes the fight. It's a great fight between two champions. I'm glad to be part of it. See everybody in Vegas.
Thank you, Virgil. Now the moment we've been waiting for. He is the last men's U.S. Olympic boxer to win gold, having done so at the 2004 Athens Olympic Games. His list of victories reads like a who's who of the super middleweight division, including Carl Froch, Mikkel Kessler, and Arthur Abraham, all of whom he defeated en route to winning the Super Six. He also dominated and knocked out former light heavyweight world champion Chad Dawson in their 2012 showdown. In his last fight, he dominated Alexander Brand at the Oracle Arena in his hometown in Oakland. He is the pride of Oakland, California. He is a family man and a true athlete role model to all. It is my pleasure to introduce the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, the face of the light heavyweight division and an athlete Rock Nation Sports is so proud to represent. With a record of 30-0 with 15 KOs, a man who hasn't lost a fight since the age of 13. It is my pleasure to welcome and to introduce Andre Ward.
Kathy, I showed up. I made it. Thankful to be here today. I want to thank everybody that's associated with this event. The media, the good, the bad press, all of it. Obviously HBO, Peter Nelson, Rock Nation, main events, everybody that's associated with it. It's hard to name everybody individually, but you know, it's a lot of people that you guys know of that work on this fight to get it done, and there's a lot of people that you might not be familiar with, or you may be familiar with but didn't know was working behind the scenes to get this fight done. There's a lot of different nuances that go into place to get a fight like this done, but it's done, and I think that's what, you know, we all should focus on. I thank God for this opportunity. I thank God for, you know, my career and being able to be at a high level through the peaks and valleys of my career as long as I have. Sometimes that gets overlooked. You know, I'm a young veteran in the game. I paid my dues and I continue to pay my dues. And this is just another opportunity. You know, I've been in these positions before. so is my opponent. And it doesn't matter what the other side says, how they feel, what they say, he's got to get it done. I've got to get it done. And it's going to determine when those lights come on, who executes and who gets it done when those bright lights come on. And that's what it boils down to, and that's what I focus on. I don't have to throw chairs. I don't have to cuss. I don't have to act crazy to sell this fight. This fight is selling itself. And I know that what I possess and what I have is in me. It's not on me. I appreciate you. I'll see you November 19th.
Thank you all, and I am so happy to see you. And by the way, I just, before I introduce Sergey's manager, I just had one comment for Mr. Prince. You know he can't bring the slingshot with him, right? I'm not sure how I feel about that David and Goliath thing, because it's kind of a human fight, but he can't bring the slingshot. And now, we have a lot of best here. We have the best fight that can be made in boxing. We have two of the best fighters in the world. We have clearly the two best fighters in their division, and now I get to introduce the best manager in boxing, Agus Prince.
Why did he take Lomachenko to top?
Thank you, Kathy. Good afternoon, everybody. Very proud to represent one of the best fighters in the world, Sergey Kovalev. We've been very long road with him since 2009 when he came here to the United States, and he never was pushed by any media. He never was missed match. He never was, sorry, I don't even know how to say, but protected, I would say. Like nowadays, many fighters are protected. Many probably in this room knows how we used to go sit in a van and go from the East Coast from town to town just to get a fight. He never asked me in his career who's his opponent is. He just asked when I'm fighting and what weight it should be. Again, I'm very proud to represent Sergey Kovalev, and I wanted to thank Andrew War's team, Rock Nation, for taking this opportunity and putting the best fight. I don't know, is that say in a year or it's going to be maybe in a decade. As been talked earlier, it's going to be like 50-50 right now, and Peter Nelson mentioned it's who knows how it's going to end up a fight is a liar. But I want to thank our promoter, Kathy Duva. She did a very, very good job in Sergey's career. I want to thank HBO, T-Mobile Arena, MGM, everybody who was involved in this fight to make this fight happen. And I'm a little nervous, a little excited. I've never been before that, but I'm looking forward to November 19th and hope to see you guys in Vegas, November 19th. Thank you.
It is now my pleasure to introduce the best trainer in boxing, John David Jackson.
Hello everyone, thanks for coming out and participating in this press conference. It's good to see some old friends here in New York City once again. This fight here is a fight that the fans deserve to see. You know, Andre Ward is a very good fighter, undefeated as an amateur and a pro. To be undefeated as an amateur is one hell of a accomplishment with bad decisions in boxing. So that alone speaks volumes for him. And he's a pro, very good pro. On the other side, there's Sergey Kovalev. He crushes it. He destroys. He sees and destroys. So come November 19th, I expect a great fight between two very good fighters. And the winner deserves to be pound for pound the best fighter in the world. Whether you're watching a pay-per-view or you go to a bar or whatever, just watch this fight. You know, all the talk and all the other things, all that's done. Now it's time for preparation. And it's time to go to war. And that's what we're here for, to go to war. And come November, we're going to see two very good fighters, striving to be the best and to be, I guess, number one pound per pound in the world. And we'll see what happens. So just, be there, buy the fight or show up. Either way, expect one great fighter between two very, very good fighters. Thank you.
Since the day I met this quiet, unassuming Russian fighter a little over 4 years ago, all he's ever asked me to do is take him from one test to the next, take me from one challenge to the next, help me climb the ladder. He's done everything I've asked, and he's kicked everyone's ass on the way up. So, as always, it is my absolutely rapturous pleasure to be able to introduce to you the WBA IBF WBO light heavyweight champion of the world, the person who I believe is going to prove to you in November that he is the best fighter in the world, and I know he is going to do everything in his power to do that. And so it is my great pleasure to introduce Sergey "Crusher" Kovalev.
Hello everybody, I'm really glad to be here and I'm really excited for this opportunity to fight underwater, and I want to thank God for this moment in my career. Also I want to thank all people who are involved for this fight. To my promoter, and Rock Nation, to HBO pay-per-view, and to all my fans. Thank you for everything. And November 19th, it will be a fight which we will remember our history. And we should be ready, both of us, to give boxing fans a great fight. And I don't know what to say more, like, just welcome to Las Vegas and on HBO pay-per-view, and we'll see a great fight. Thank you very much.
As you can imagine, it is not easy to make a fight like this, but here we are. I'm sure I speak for our friends at Rock Nation when I say that everyone who has been involved in this process deserves our thanks and appreciation. You all know who you are. Speaking for main events, I especially want to thank Peter Nelson, Tony Walker, Jonathan Gulst, Ray Stallone from HBO and their capable staff, Richard Stern from the MGM Grand Resort and Casino and his staff, our sponsors, Perron and Rosneft, and these two great competitors who endeavored to find out exactly who is the very best in the world for all of us to watch. Thank you for coming today. I hope to see you on November 19th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. If not, we'll be on pay-per-view, $54.95. And now we're going to open up, Ellen tells me we're going to open up the room to questions.
Yes.
Let's do that. And Ellen, you're in charge.
Okay. Who's got questions? Raise your hand.
Al,
Okay.
grab a mic from the front.
Yep.
Back
Thank you.
Actually, this might be more, I'm Lloyd Carroll from the Queens Chronicle. This is more of a business question about your industry. There is a certain currency in being undefeated. I mean, certainly Mr. Mayweather understood that and maximized his value on that. Is that a concern, a loss of that currency for one of the fighters here? Maybe, was there some thought of following the Mayweather pattern of let's maximize revenue until we can't do it any longer?
I have to say businessmen. I mean, I'll ask the boxers, but I wanted to talk to the business people behind them. If they...
I can give you the business answer.
Sure.
The business answer is that I believe that win at any cost model has done a lot of damage to our business in general, since someone took that as his guiding principle. So I like to think that I'm old. I come from the time when Leonard and Hearns and Hagler and Duran and Holyfield and Bo and, you know, I sound so old here, Tyson, fought each other. They actually got in the ring and fought each other. And, you know, boxing was a lot more exciting then. So no, I don't think records matter nearly as much as great fights.
Who else? Oh, you're not all that shy, I know this.
Brandon Dietrich, TrueBoxingHeads.com. This is for Team Ward and Rock Nation in general. Do you think this fight will motivate Rock Nation in general for Ward and take your promotional team to the top? Because the last time Rock Nation had a big fight, it was Cotto Canelo, and Cotto couldn't get the victory. Do you think this fight will take Rock Nation over the top?
I think we're at the top right now. You know, last year we did Cotto Canelo. Arguably, this is even a bigger fight on the same weekend before Thanksgiving. Obviously, we're very excited, you know, to be involved with main events. It's a big moment for Rock Nation. It without a doubt, is a springboard to other opportunities. But you know, in a very short 2 years, our company has arrived. I mean, we got into this business to do big fights. We've proven that we can do big fights. You know, like Kathy said, you know, we want to make the biggest fights in the world, regardless of whether somebody is undefeated or not. And we're going to continue to do that.
Anybody else? You can step back from me.
Hi, fellas. Lee Stephen Lloyd, Black Star News. I have both of you. There was a lot of criticism because you guys didn't score knockouts in your last fights. You know, fans are very hungry. Was that purposeful to go the distance and get yourself in condition for this mega fight and hold your knockout power and your reserve for this fight because this is the big one?
Andre, why don't you go first?
I mean, I think, you know, I think it's important for everybody in the room, you know, to educate the boxing fans, general fans, casual fans on how the sport works. You know, this is not a video game. You know, this is real life. And of course, you would love to go in there and, you know, get a first round knockout every time and you know, have a spectacular performance every single time. And again, treat it like it's a video game, but it's real life. You know, you do what you got to do, you do the best you can. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. And I think, you know, sometimes there's too much stock put in the knockouts. Of course, they're great, you know, especially for, you know, casual fan. But personally, you know, I did the best I could against a 40-year-old veteran who didn't want to be knocked out, made a difficult move, held, did certain things. So I'm pleased I got the rounds. I wasn't trying to hold back, and but I don't think that's going to have any bearings on this fight at all.
I have a question for.
The question was supposed to cover.
You know, like my last fight was against Chilemba, and Chilemba is a good fighter, and it was not a plan to knock him out, you know, like because his style like similar of underworld, and also I think so that I fought good, and I will bring all my power on November 19 and to get victory by KO or score decision. You know, it will be depends how it will be feel and what will be my shape after my preparation.